Good day ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first of an exciting new series of video-based blog posts brought to you courtesy of wildlifearticles.co.uk. I'm James, and today we'll be taking a look back over one of my favourite articles published to the site over the past week. The piece itself, entitled "The Hen Harrier and the Dodo," was brought to you courtesy of English student and aspiring conservation journalist R. Hunter. Throughout this thought-provoking and extremely well-written article, the author compares and contrasts the state of Britain's hen harrier population to that of famed examples of extinction, such as the dodo, the passenger pigeon and the Tasmanian tiger. Anyone familiar with Mark Avery's fantastic book A Message from Martha will know that the passenger pigeon was once one of the most numerous bird species on the planet. Flocks of passenger pigeons were once said to blot out the sun in places, though now the species is officially extinct as a direct result of overexploitation by the hand of man. Echoing the depressing trend displayed by the passenger pigeon, the dodo is perhaps one of the most famed examples of extinction. Extirpated entirely from its native Mauritius by 1662, the dodo, a large flightless relative of the pigeon, is now officially extinct, again as a direct result of human interference. The author of this article poses the question: have we learned from our mistakes? With both the author and myself reaching similar conclusions, it is clear that we have not learned from our mistakes, and since the unfortunate demise of the dodo, dozens of species have been lost from the face of the earth. Among these, the Caribbean monk seal, the golden toad and the quagga. Still, in current times, species continue to plummet towards the edge of localised and wide-scale extinction. Many of these you will be aware of, usually the large, charismatic animals such as the black rhinoceros, Sumatran tiger and Sumatran elephant. But many of these you will not be aware of, species that do not showcase the charisma and headline-grabbing potential of the larger mammalian species. Among these, the hen harrier, a species which the author now draws attention to. The author draws attention to the fact that the hen harrier was once indeed a symbol of conservation success in the United Kingdom, recovering from near extinction prior to World War II. Now, however, the British hen harrier population once again finds itself on the edge of an abyss, particularly in England, where only 18 chicks fledged during 2015, despite tireless effort on behalf of the RSPB and a whole host of dedicated, passionate, round-the-clock carers. Even the most fervent sceptics cannot dispute the reason for the recent decline in British hen harriers. This charismatic, enigmatic and sublime moorland denizen is threatened as a direct result of the driven grouse industry. Shot, persecuted, poisoned and trapped as a direct result of their preference for predating the dumpy red game birds at the heart of this controversial industry. Following this, the author goes on to highlight one important fact: the lack of media coverage surrounding this startling and quite frankly rather distressing decline. He backs this up using two recent cases, that of Cecil the lion and Annie the hen harrier. As you will all no doubt be aware, Cecil the lion was an African lion recently shot by an American trophy hunter in Zimbabwe. This illegal action caused outrage around the globe and earned widespread condemnation, with the start of petitions and the death of Annie, however, went largely unnoticed. Despite the efforts of people such as Mark Avery and groups such as Birders Against Wildlife Crime to draw attention to this abhorrent murder, this instance seems to have glided largely under the radar of much of the British populace. The author asks, why is this? Do our species such as the hen harrier, not deserve the same level of media coverage as large, charismatic, mammalian species such as lions, elephants, rhinos, orangutans, gorillas, and any other popular conservation icons? I share the author's frustration in this regard. To me, there is no difference between the killing of an African elephant for its ivory or a rhinoceros for its horn as to the killing of a hen harrier on an English grouse moor. Was it not this one more won't hurt mentality that brought about the demise of the dodo, the thylacine, and even the great auk? In regards to the title of this article, there is clearly a similarity between the dodo and the hen harrier. Some may see this as a bit extreme, but if we do not act preemptively, the hen harrier will indeed follow the dodo into extinction, albeit on a local scale. I agree fully with the author in this regard, and thank him for such a well-written, well-rounded article. If, like myself and the author of this fantastic article, you are equally appalled by the persecution of English hen harriers, you yourself can help. Firstly, you can take to social media and lend your voice to the hordes calling for an end to this outdated practice. Secondly, you can sign Mark Avery's petition to ban driven grouse shooting in the United Kingdom. Though I personally feel I am more of a moderate in this regard, and do not feel that all gamekeepers are to blame for the woes of our countryside, this petition is an excellent way of drawing attention to this very serious, very topical and very emotive issue. Was it not the wide-scale public outcry that ended up with the Zimbabwean government issuing an arrest warrant for Walter Palmer, the killer of Cecil the Lion? It is clear that an increase in media attention can bring about distinct change, and you yourself can make that happen. Thank you for listening. It's been a pleasure to conduct this first video blog. If you'd like to read more of this article, please visit wildlifearticles.co.uk or follow us on Twitter. The icon should be displayed somewhere up here.